So, very big welcome tonight to the regular meeting of Pennine Ham. Delighted to see people here this evening, both club members and visitors to the club. As we say all the time, people are welcome to come to any of our meetings. You don't have to become a member. You can come to as many as you like. And if you enjoy what we're doing, by all means join us, but it's not obligatory. And a big welcome as well to those watching us tonight live on YouTube or watching the YouTube video later on. And just before I hand over to Emil, thank you to Ken, G4VZV, for running GB5PH today on 40 metres. I did last week, Ken's done this week, and next week I will definitely put on one or two CW versions of it, or perhaps on one of the high bands, so we can try and get Bob M4XAT in the log, and maybe one or two others in the US, and hopefully as well Mike and Adriana would have a better chance of QSO with us on 20 metres than or 15 and 40. So good evening to everybody tonight, and a very big welcome to our very good friend Emil, DL8JJ. Lovely to have Emil back in the club. Emil, as I know, just got back from his ice climbing adventure in Norway, and as we were saying before Emil got in the room, it has been very cold in the north.
Yeah.
And I know that they've had a lot of snow and ice in Scandinavia, as they've had in northern Germany as well this year, and so that probably made your climbing adventures even more fun than they normally are, Emil. That ice looked pretty solid. So big welcome to Emil. And as many people will know, because Emil kind of teased us with it when you came and talked to us about your trip out to that Peñata Island last year, which was a very, very interesting and entertaining evening. You teased us with another African DXpedition coming up, and you did this with the Mediterraneo DX group based, I think, mainly in Italy, but with amateurs from various parts of Europe that take part. So, Emil, going to hand the microphone over to you and let you talk about it. Good to see you.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Nick, for lovely words, and thank you very much for welcome. Yeah, that was fun. 1 week before it was very cold, but that was the biggest and interesting thing. If it's not cold, there is no ice, so it's no opportunities to climb there. But it was really nice. It's just tradition for me and for my friend. Then we go every year, so round about February there, and climb every day ice. And we are happy to come back alive because ice is something special for us, and for climbing it's something crazy, but we love it and just do it. This time, just shortly before I start with Sierra Leone, we have a special things, because for first time in our life there, the tradition was a little bit changed, because we have decided to spend all that time, 10 days, in the car. So we rented the car, a small car, the smallest car that we can take it there. And it was our driving vehicle that we are free to drive from point to point. But we spent also the nights in the car. So that was our bivouac. And that was a big fun, to stay in the car, to manage all that stuff and sleep in the car, and put all wet tackles and equipment evening. But it was nice. We eat when we cooking outside with a small gas cook stuff, and we bought inside of the car. And evenings we talk more about many things, so friendship, and of course we had the chance to see Netflix every day. At the evening it was really fun. So that's the next time that we decide when we go and climb ice to Norway. So we will not take short hostels or something like this. That was the reason that we want to spend money this time. That was not the moment possible to give more money to stay in the hostel. But it's just around the corner. So thank you very much. Now we start with Sierra Leone and Banana Island. I was looking for last year for how can I say in just one sense what was with this great journey, and yeah, a live journey with non-stop experiences. That was really from the first single moment until to the last. It was so. And again, the same tradition with my family, Mediterranean DX Club. I love these people from year to year more and more. And more than more, and every year we collect experiences each other as a people, as a club, and adventures. And after every of this the expedition, I have so feeling to love something and to wait round about 1 year and say, hey, we go again. For me, personal, it's equal where we are going. For me, the most important is to go together again and again. The core team are really great guys, and we know each other since years, and every time it's just a pure fun, and all stuffs, all problems that we have, it's just problems outside. And in this group, I'm sure that we can manage everything. So everything. And this time was also so. So it was supposed to be Equatorial Guinea. That was our first plan. And we managed. So MDX team managed everything about this journey to Equatorial Guinea. It was in May 2025. And yeah, we was ready. We was ready to go. At the end of June, everything was completed. Prepared, visas applied for group finalization. Everybody was organization. They traveled in Milano, etc. And I have also had the opportunities to prepare my 2-meter AMS system. Equatorial Guinea was also the first activation. Everything was just completely ready to go, but not quite. Because shortly before we started the expedition, it was, I think, 3 weeks before, some radio guys from other country, I think was the call sign was 3 Charlie 0 whiskey and 3 Charlie 3 whiskey. They was a chief in Equatorial Guinea, and the major problems with the governments they had, that was that both operators had to leave the country quickly. And the worst part, that was the local government decided to ban all radio activities. So continuously we lost our permit, and the money we had paid for the expedition up to that point was simply gone. It was a big frustration from all other sides, and so we couldn't understand why some should be go somewhere like that, going to the same country to operate just before large and well publicity the expedition was planned. That was the expedition. But sure, on the other hand, the world is free, and you are allowed to go that and do what you want. And if you want to care about the other things, that's okay. If you don't, it's also up to you. But these troubles that the people that have destroyed our plan and all that we had to do. So the first was a shock and say, wow, what do we want to do now? And in our group that we have any time we discussion very intensively. That was really in a couple of seconds, just come information, and everybody of us in that group was free to give his meaning and so on and so on. And shortly that after that, the MDXC Antonio and the friends of the from MDXC just say, "Hey, we will start to try another destination." Because of course you can understand some people from United States in the group, they book hotels in Milano. Everything was fitted and managed for that time. And yeah, that was the one of the first greatest thing that we had to experience, because Antonio, Mario, Paco, Dario, and all organization team, they took the call sign for Sierra Leone, 9 Lima 8 Mike Delta, and that was the next big thing. And here we go. We go to Sierra Leone. And shortly after that, so a couple of days before, Antonio wrote to us, "Hey, we are not going just only to Sierra Leone. There was also opportunities that somebody of us in a small groups that we can manage there. We can go and activate it also Banana Island. Banana Island is a small island from our lodge about 5 kilometers away, and have also a IOTA number, Alpha Fox 037, yeah. And that was the begin of our next big trip. So that was the team that we had. Steve, Alex, Axel, Peter, and me, Daniel, Jill, Richard, Antonio, Fulvio, Francisco, Simone, Marco, Dario, Vlad, Sorin. So the old and the new team. Simone was new in our team. That was never been there before. That was also a new guy in the expedition. That was ever first the expedition for him. But I had the opportunities all during all that the expedition to see how great is this. I say young guy and the expedition. They done so great a job, not just only on the radio, and also on the Banana Island. He was also, and it also a great guy as a human mention that was helpful for all of us. So as always, my AML language is not light on such trips, so I'm allowed to take 2 bags of 23 kilograms each, plus all the electronic equipment for the AML setup, 1 kilowatt power amplifier, FD857D, bandpass filters for 2 meter sequencers, external sound card, high performances, notebook, power supplies, and so on and so on. I always try to take the later carry-on luggage on the plane, even through the whole things weighed a good 25 plus kilograms. So like every time, I have the problems to put everything with me. So I have 2 bags with 23 kilograms, but I still have also around about 20 kilograms that I cannot put into into the baggage. So what I done in things like this, I take my clothes with many pockets, so I put everything inside. And at the end of the day, I take just only one underdress things with me, and so everything is so in this situation, I'm going on the expedition. Normally, since years, when I travel from Frankfurt to Milano, I take the Flixbus. This is a bus company from Frankfurt directly to Milano. The last year was no problem, just I take a ticket. It's cheapest what I can take to drive from Frankfurt to Milano. It's over 1,000 kilometers. But this time I had the problems, because the problem was when I bought the tickets, there was no opportunity to book the second baggage. And I call it to Flixbus. They say, "Oh, no problem. When you book the tickets and you buy the tickets, you can after that you can book second one." So I tried to done this, but it was not possible. So I call him back again, and you can understand 1 or 2 hours to sit on a music hearing when you want a telephone call. And the woman say to me, "Hey, if you don't have the opportunities to book for this trip a second back, you have the problem." So that was for me the first shock because so I canceled the tickets because second package is very important to me. But I didn't receive the money back, so I received a good shine. So something done when I book again in the next 1 year. That was crazy, but I didn't have the opportunity to do something like others. So I decide after on that day or the day before we meet us in Milano to drive with my car. So I was worked from 8 to 6 to 4 o'clock p.m. after that. So I seated in the car and drove down to Milano non-stop. So I was around about 2 o'clock in the night. I was in Milano. I slept in the car, and the next morning I visit and met my friends in Milano. And like usual, we started the journey from Milano all together to Addis Ababa, Ethiopian, and later to Freetown, Sierra Leone. So, between the local airport and the capital, Freetown, lies Dining Bay, a bay that takes about 45 minutes to cross by ferry, and it's located on the way from the airport to our lodge at the Town. This is the name of the capital. So we bought some SIM cards directly there because it's important to take a SIM cards that we have a network. Also for me, very important with my Emil. And we was on the ferry from that we have. That was I was sleeping between my old stuff in Milano. And like every time, of course, it's there. Pasta were welcome for all our group, and I had the opportunities to eat uh, this wonderful tiramisu. And yeah, after that, I had 3 pieces of them. I had stomach so pains. And like every time, Antonio give us presents, say hello, and to all everybody. It's just a fictional part of us, really wonderful. And that was our stuff that we took everything with us. As usual, I made a picture from this Ethiopian woman in artificial stuff. So, and then start the journey. So, we had in Freetown, there was a bus directly from our lodge, was well welcome. We had also security staff with us. That was a guy from the military. There was a guy from the policeman stations with us that they secure our trip to do without any problems. So that was a fun signing that I saw on the on our bus, and that was really fun into the bus and on the drive down to our lodge. So as we come into the lodge, that was the opportunity we share the rooms in between. And I was able to share a room with Axel, Delta Lima 6 Kilo Victor Alpha, at a hotel complex that was about 250 meters from the beach. This lodge on the beach, that was our shortwave stations. And I still have the solid idea to put my antenna, AMA antenna, on the beach, but that was no opportunities because all the beach, couple of hours on the next day was full with shortwave antennas. And I had a just interesting experiences with it. On this time, the generators that we had into the lodge, there was the old generators was not proper to manage a couple of stations with 100 watts or more with 500 watts. So this the expedition was one the expedition with standing problems with the generators. The guys there have a generators made in China or I don't know where, but all that's new stuff. They bought a new stuff after we saw that there was no opportunity to use the old stuff from there. They took a new burn new one, but they had a problems every couple of hours. So a very large generator was organized, which worked well for the most of the part. That was very good. Occasionally, honestly, regularly, I would shut off. After one of us turned it back on, radio operation continued. The large generator stood in a closest, poorly ventilated room, causing noise and stench from all sides. But it ran, and that was the most important thing. Every now then the locals had to refill the oil, which they did, but while it was running, so they didn't switch off. They just put the oil inside. It was really interesting how they manage generators and electrical things like this. In my hotel, I had the problem that the main generators only ran at night. However, the moon was also present during the day during our stay, so I had to find a solution about this. Down at the beach, I spoke with the local who had the sales style, but they knew his way around the lodge very well, quickly as flash. He went into the outbuilding and pulled it at answered the generator out from under the bushes. It was also intended to supply power to the diggy shack already set up at the terrace above. So we had three shacks. One was for main shacks, the second was for diggy shack and RTTY, and the third shack was my shack with the AMA. So after some back and forth, we organized a power cable that we put it 150 meters long. It was from down in the beach up to my hotel out there. And that was a really extremely interesting thing. But time for testing. After we put the generator, in principle, the generator was supposed to deliver about 5 kilowatts. But they have a sufficiency for 1 kilowatt pay and two other small stations in the FTA check. So one can dream, but they really cook it different. At the end, I was allowed to try AMA, but just only with 250 watts because all over 250 watts the generator was switched off. And then my way was to go down 350 meters to switch on and go back and try to do again AMA. That was during the day. And after one day, this generator just broke. That was broke. And they never work it again. The next one, what we have in the shortwave, we have like every time 4 Kenworth DS590, Alert Icon 7000. This time we receive a Flex Radio 8600M directly from Flex Radio that we use for the DXpedition, and Flex 8000 series was it is also a new one. And for Flex Radio, it was very interesting to know how they perform in environments like this. So we use this mainly from Banana Island, but also for digital mode and SSB from Sierra Leone. So spider beams, 5-band spider beams, of course, every time vertical for 80 meters, for 160 meters, back on the ground, all that stuff with ACOM amplifiers and with two Jumas. So we put everything perfect. That was at the end on the terrace against the hotel. I put my AMA antenna and the same setup like usual. Thanks for Frank again and again and again. DL8 Yankee Hotel radio for all electronical stuff that I can use every year. Successful, and I was also happy to do with him QSO over the moon. So, of course, using Fire from SSB Electronic, that very good friend of mine, and SSB Electronic just give me to use on all my expedition, and I'm using that very happy, but care about this stuff because it's so very hot and it was also raining very often, and I put it just under the chair. So that was the AMA antenna. Like usual, every 10-15 minutes go up. That was here on this stuff. Put the antenna to the moon, go back, try to do some QSOs, go back and forth. That was around about 10 hours a day. That was done it also this time. The problem at the first was that we received with Axel a room on the second floor, and I had not the opportunity to put the coaxial cable from the EMA antenna. So I was looking for a new solution. Spoke with the local guys from the hotel, and we found a really very happy new solution. So I received with Axel a new room, and the best one was that this room had a small corridor opposite, because my AMA power amplifier is really very loud, and it was no good idea to put everything into the room with another guy that want to sleep, and so I make big noises. So I arrange everything here by myself, put the coaxial cable, was perfect arranged, and that was my AMA shack. The AMA was good. This time was very good. So when you see the red one, that shows that we have that I had a better opportunities to make QSOs over the moon. With the last year, that when I compare, and I have a wonderful time. I spend wonderful time on the AMA. Of course, every 2 days sleep 1 or 2 hours, make QSOs in shortwave in CW, and then manage AMA, sleep shortly, and so like every time when I'm busy on AMA check, some of the guys, this time was Dario that was care about me and bring some stuff to eat, so do not disturb and interrupt all that. That was the truss that we had our short way for completely our shack. That was we managed everything. So all the time we was 24/7 outside. That was nice. Really, from the outside was very nice because we had a chance and the opportunities to see the local life. Because down on the beach was a small water pipe with fresh water, and behind of our lodge, it was a small village, and all people just all the time was going down and up, take water, fresh water, and washing and make it fresh, and so on and so on. That was really interesting to be a part of the life there. So that was the station with CW. One of them right side was the second one. From the other side, that was our terrace that we eat and drink and so meet each other. And we had installed here our Core 100 setup. So that's you can see how that was our lodge. That was the second shack that I saw. That was so 150 meters, something like this from their main shack, and so the operation of LTTY for FT8 digital modes, and so this is the terrace there. And we put our shortwave antennas overall on the beach. Of course, the expedition like this and like others, it's everything is a challenge, and I love this challenge. You go there and you can shoot, and you must find very quickly solution for everything. And that was one of our solution to fix some of our pipes. Of course, spider beams overall with us, and with very good antennas, of course, and that was really fun to work also on in band, so that we had opportunities to manage in one band all three modes, CW, SSB, and digital modes. That was the vertical antennas for shortwave, so 160 meters, 80 meters vertical, 40 meters, and we had the problem that we wanted to put receiving antennas for low bands. And so it's really funny to say now when I see this picture to say, hey guys, I'm climbers and I'm going on climb everywhere, rocks and so on. But so that was the interesting solution that one of the local guys just come, and you can see they climb this pattern on the top and put on our antennas. No security, nothing, just climb up, go up, put the antenna, go down. So that's in that situation, I was thinking, okay, this climb I saw, I'm something like child. So of course we had not enough pipes for our antennas, and the locals managed so from trees there, and we put it our antennas. Yeah, I love this. I love this chaotical situation, but it's worked when I'm going with the Italian guys. And this is one of my favorite pictures because every single moment is important to work and to put the cables. And when it's work, it's work. Just leave it. Never touch running system if something not working. So some guys immediately started to looking for, and at the end of the day, they fix it. That's the expedition. That what we are doing. And it's really fun. But at the end of the expedition, everything is sorted, everything is perfect, clean. And after the expedition, the guys in MDXC checked everything and prepare for the next one. So what we have to eat? So we had 4 different kind of meal. The first one was spaghetti. I love to eat spaghetti, but when you eat every day or every second day spaghetti, that's it's enough. And that was not just only with tomato sausage or so. That was also some fish inside. So we had the second one like Big Mac, so homemade there, and of course chips and fish. That was everything that we have all that 10 days. But no, that's no problem. It's just for us was fun because every day we just ask for fun. Hey, what we have today? It's something new. Today we have chips. Perfect. Okay. And what we have on the next day? Oh, We have again chips, and that was a good help was ketchup. So we use a lot of ketchup to them. So that was the generator. That was the new generator that the people taught for the expedition, the locals. And that was okay to manage. Like I told, every couple of hours or so, they switch off, then you go inside, switch on. That was around, I don't know, 80 degrees centigrade inside, and the dust, because that was this room in behind was closed, and just for one or two small windows was open. And that was the generator that I used just one day for my AMA. So 5100, its main said it should be 5 kilowatts, but you see, after a couple of hours, that was everything was broken. Um, we start, of course, with the shortwave. It was really big fun. We fixed everything. It was working everything in a couple of days after. We start to organize the trip to Banana Island. So some small teams was organized, and the idea was a small team of 2-3 people go in the early morning, stay one night there, work all the day, stay second night there, and afternoon will come the second one team, and they will come back to the mainland. So and start and keep there the working, so that we have no disruption between the both destinations. So we work at really 24/7 on both of this, and so very happy that the guys Antonio and the other was made a big plan and nice plan for shifts that we used, and was fitted everything just perfect. So this is the picture of Banana Island. It's a big one. There is a 5 islands there. We was here on this down island. The first on site, Sorin and Fulvio, Sorin had privately organized a boat for Monday morning. That was November 3rd last year. And the main idea was that they set up the antennas in the camp. And then Paco and Daniel arrived at noon. They were allotted to stay to operate on the island until Wednesday. So I was too keen to go there as well. However, whenever I would work out was anyone's guest. In the evening, I spoke with Dario and suggested traveling with team number 2, considering the Peter and Vlad on Wednesday, so that they will be there for us. My idea was that we could take turns while someone slept, ensuring the station would truly be on the air 24/7, because we had 2 stations on Banana Island. That was idea when we are 3 people there. One should be or can sleep for a couple of hours, and both station will be on the air. And at the dinner, Antonio announces that Peter, Vlad, and I should be on the next day on 8 o'clock on the beach on Wednesday to departure by boat, and that was fantastic. I was overjoyed because that was one of my biggest dreams, to be a part of one of the teams there and to go and work from there. So I had to sleep away because of the AMA activities. I was additionally charged with positive adrenaline. So if I had the time, I wouldn't have been able to sleep. I'm going to the island. I'm going to the island. That was my thinking all the night, or this 1 hour that I was sleeping. So we had about problems because it was Dario reported that they the evening that the generator on the island was causing a problem, and one of the Flex 8600 the station, including the power supply, had failed. So there was just only one station for shortwave, and we had a ICOM 7000 just for FT8 for 6 meters from the island. And so I decided to take with me my AMA transceiver 857D with my power supply, so that we will have again two stations, one flex radio, my radio, and then IC 7000 for the 6 meter FT8. So we done it, and we started the journey there. That was so happy. I'm very thankful. I'm really very, very thankful to Vlad and and Peter because that was the main team, and they say no problem, you can come with us and we can be 3 people there. So again, thank for this kind decision that I can be a part of Banana Island too. That was very interesting that we'll be there on the island. That was the team that visit all during all stay there, and that was the beach. That was the boat that we use it to go to the island. We take, of course, fresh for the generator, benzene, and so on and so on. And we start the journey. That's the island. You can see the island in behind. I was so happy. That was really so happy. And we just come into this lodge. The interesting was that the lodge is the owner from the lodge is a guy from Greece, and they was not at the beginning was not too happy that ham radio guys are there, because this lodge was very quiet. And his people, or the tourists, they just come there. They love to be in these quiet places, just no sounds, just nothing, because they have no generator. They they use solar panel. So, and the evening for kitchen they use a gasoline for that. And everything is just very nice in between the trees, so built-in and so on. So this is the lodge here. The evening, the tourists and we just come here, eat something that was something like restaurant there. And on a small terrace under the main lodge from the owner, we put all our stuff. So the Flex radio, my radio, and the IC 7000. So we start the show. The generator was worked. The second worked. Everything was fine. As we came. We was 2 guys from Germany, so Peter and I. So as we just come after the Italian guys, we found the same cable problems. So, and like we are usual in Germany, everything was cleaned from us. All stuff find the right place, cables and so on and so on. The guys before us was used all the night, lamps, so small lamps. But we had the chance to organize a really light, so that we will not we didn't use a lamp in our head lamps for that. That was really good. So this is the antennas that we use it. That was all antennas was small quarter wave verticals. For 6 meter small antenna, and everything in the near. So that was my setup that organized from my AMS station, and we start to run. Not just only CW, I talk by DXP for digital modes, also that we use it, and for connection for that we can use CWF tasks. So here was the same problem. I was work all the night. The first night, that was great. I worked and worked and worked, and that was also around about 6 o'clock. The light started to lightning. The generator was okay at the first, but after 1 or 2 minutes, I didn't have the current more. So Peter and Vlad, we talked together and we started to manage to try to fix everything. And the funny situation was that we put the generator on the table, and yeah, we opened it and we saw what was broken. So we call it Dario to the main camp and say what happened. This generator was brand new. So you can imagine, brand new generator, and after 3 days or 4 days of work, they just broke. But anyway, we should manage. And it was early morning, 6 o'clock. And Dario and Antonio started to organize to find a spare part for that. And all the day, we just was sitting there and wait. And so round about 4 o'clock afternoon, two engineers, that was interesting. 2 engineers just come with the boat, and that was the most interesting thing, because the problem is, if you say now to someone in Africa, it's mean something like by late evening. If someone say later, it's mean it's tomorrow. If someone say yeah, it will be tomorrow, that will be never. So this is just the problem. But so the regular had 3 cables, just 3 cables leading outwards. 2 of them had cables plug was mounted on other one. So they just took 2 spare parts, brand new electronical part that we saw us 2 pictures before. What they done it? They just say to us, oh, this was this part that was broken is shit, full shit. We had another one, but we don't want to use this. We don't want to change this. And they take from this brand new stuff, they just took just only the cables, put the cables together without this electronical part, and they started again, and the generator was worked. I have never ever in my life saw something like before. So that was really interesting for me. It's a very funny situation. After everything was worked, we saw 230 volts are present. We put the generator behind, so in the trees on that side, and we started to test before they leave the island. So what happened? I started the Flex 8600. My radio was worked behind, and I just start to try with 50 watts. As soon as I try 50 watts, the Flex radio just switched off. The lamp was lighting, and I say, hey, we need more power. And one of the guys was from the local engineers was on my side here in the shack, and the other guy was on the generator. And they say, oh, there is a small screwdriver, we put it there, and then we will receive now more power. And they say, hey, we need more power. The other guy put something down, and they say, okay, try again. I try with 50 watts, what is a little bit better. But trying 100 watts, they again everything switch off. Say, okay, we need more power. 2-3 times more power, and suddenly the flex radio just switch off, and one of the power supply just broke, just said psst, and then was broken. Shortly after that, was 1 or 2 seconds after that, on my station, on the FT 857, the second one power supply was also broken. So we switch everything off and say, what are you done, young boy? What are you done? More power. They understood more power for us was more power, that they put it more current from the generator, but they just put the voltage up to 450 volts, and of course something will broken. So at the end of the day, we had just one single power supply, switching power supply, that was a Linko, and 2 radio stations. So, and 3 radio stations. And I say, okay, what we are want to do? We are 3 people here, better to work. And we switch it off the IC7000 and put both radio stations after we put the generator down to 230 volts. And we put both radio station, my radio station and the flex radio, on the same power supply with 50 watts. And that was our solution to work for the next 24 hours again. So then again, after Peter and Vlad went to the island, Dario asked me if I can stay, if I want to stay additional 1 day and 1 night there. And Simone will come and visit me and make more experience from Banana Island. And I was so happy. I say, of course, I will stay here and we can do it together. And that was with Simone perfect. We ran, he's a SSP guy, I was on the other station, and we both worked together with the 50 watts each. And you cannot manage, that was for first time from expedition like this, that I managed the same pileup with the same signals, with the same, so 40, 45 VPN on CW. And that was amazing to work all over the world with these small antennas and just with 50 watts. That was really great because, you know, normally when you go to the expedition and some like this, all radios have minimum 500 watts and more, so that you make a good signal on the air. That was really amazing stuff. And we spent 1.5 days more on the island, and so we had the opportunities also to visit the locals, the people that living there. For me, it was again and again interesting to see how the people living. You can imagine this is just an island, and this is just the houses from people that living since thousands from years there. But they manage everything. There is for people that have a little bit more money. The people have also generator that, or someone have different kind of solar panels. But everything is really, really very poor there. That's for example a toilet outside, and then this is the way down to our shack. Interesting is that all this these roads there have big signs of like streets, like this wave streets, and this is the street. Yeah, you can see it on really streets now. And of course, very interesting nature there. That was for me the first time that I saw so big trees and how the people living there to speak with some people. And so, of course, some free time for a couple of minutes, take a pictures. And so after all that time that I was spent on Banana Island was to go back, and that this picture was very inside of me and my head to ask me to see this local guy. They help us very much in many situations, but only thing that I asked myself was, what is your dreams? What do you want to do? What do you want to reach? And so that was very interesting to see how the people living. This is just Africa, and Steve, Peter, and I, or Daniel and I, had also the opportunity for a couple of hours to take a rest from the main lodge. This is the main lodge now, and make some sea sighting on this small village on the back of our shack. And for example, this is the now the so for hair cutting, and we ask how much is to pay when you want to make it. It's just for around about $4 to $5 US. Interesting buildings, and so at the end of the expedition, we have again luck that we done over 100,000 QSOs. This is from Sierra Leone, from our base camp, and so round about over 15,000 from Banana Island. This time I'm also happy that we have also in this DXpedition the most of the QSOs was made on CW, 73,000. That was really nice. And so at the end was really very nice and happy. We was for sure, for so short time before the expedition that we managed so many things. And that was a big experiences. At the end, also I made over 120 AMA QSOs, so 5 days I didn't work. But as soon as I was back from Banana Island, so I was did not sleep 3 days on Banana Island. Then when we went back on Saturday, I had a shift in CW until 11 p.m. evening, night, and then I had until next morning I done AMA. So I don't know, 4 days, 5 days I didn't sleep. So, but that was for me fun, and I know every time when I'm on expeditions that every single moment is important. So we are looking for the expedition. We wait for months until we start, and as soon we are there, the time just going and going and going. And we know after a couple of days the time will be went, and we will sit again in the car or in the airplane, and we will go back. But the people from the other side of the pile up, they looking for us. And this time also we had again and again a great pile up on all bands. Just the last one day, just one last night or so, that was Aurora, and we didn't have the opportunities to make a lot of QSOs. So I switch every 20 minutes, 10 minutes the bands, and just try to do my best. Of course, all other guys from the group the same. That was the first some pictures, but I want to show you just a short video. You can see how we done it. It was just 5 minutes or so, and so you can see many things that we done it there. So it was the short film, so around about many things and so. Yeah, that was so in short form, very short form, all our experiences about Sierra Leone. That was really great. That the first time, but I thought, wow, what's coming, what's coming, what's coming. So every time a challenge, every day, many times in the day, just try to fix something to find extremely quickly a solution, how we can do it. And that was really, that was challenge. That was challenge. If you must be flexible in the mind and everything that is to manage on the expedition like this or location like this, it's challenge and you must be positive. That's the most important thing. You must be positive and just stay up and say, okay, what we can do, what we can do, what we can do, and then try here, try there. Also, impossible things to try, but you must try. You must go and you must try. That's the reason to be successful and to have really fun. It's not just this 100,000 QSO. This is the product of all what we done it all over the time. And these problems that we have with generator, I had never some problems with generator like this. We had 4 generators that was broken and repair and stuff here and there and cables, and the local guys are someone tell to you, okay, I will help. They come with you, you start with him to work. Someone else just come and ask something else. They leave everything what they started and go on the other side and start something else. And in 5 minutes, they cannot remember what was the first idea with you. And you start and go after and go back and go after and say, hello, we can, yeah, it was, okay, we'll start it again. And this 150-meter cable that we put it, that was not a single cable, that was parts of I think 4 or 5 pitch of cables, so small and thin, and so the first try generator work, no current in the shack, go back and forth, go back and forth. You go in the bush and looking for the cable, and at the end they put just the cables all together, but never switch it, so no connection in between. And when it started to work, then you are happy and say, okay, after 2 hours, go and back and try everything, it's working. But it's working just for a couple of hours, and then started other things again. And that was challenge. It was really nice. So I was happy to be there. I was really happy to be there on this DXpedition. It was really amazing thing. So
Emil, that was absolutely fascinating. And I have to say, it struck me when you had that on the video, the guy who was repairing the generator while it was operating. I thought that looked to me more dangerous than your ice climbing.
yeah, that I know, because we are some of us or most of us are engineers. We're working with high-tech equipment here in Europe, and everything is wow high-tech. And we sit there since 6 o'clock in the morning, like stupid people sit there, and every couple of hours we chatting with Dario. Dario, what's happened? Do you find someone? Yeah, we found someone. They say they come later, they come later, they come later. And all the day we just sit there and wait. Just we was sitting and waiting of these 2 engineers. So they just come, this cutter and everything. They didn't have everything. They have no stuff, nothing to do. I organized from the local guy there from the Banana Island, because they have a small repair stuff to repair, for example, the motors for boat motors and so on. I organized the screwdriver and the cutter, and the people did not use this cutter. They take the cable in the month and they cut it, and so all the time this is the standard there. That's normal. And they say, no, I will don't need it, this. then I talked to me, when this new bot stuff are not needed, why do you take this new bot stuff and you broke it? They just take the cables from them. They just cut the cables, they are trash, and put it all together, so mechanical switch on, and I say, hey, I think I'm engineer, but I have no idea how can I repair something like this. It was in 5 minutes was fixed. In 5 minutes, and we sitting there, three engineers there, and say, this fucking tower is not working. That was so fun. Hey, that was really nice. And of course, the situation with more power, and two power supplies was broken. I was so happy that we had this one from Alinco, that they're still alive. So that we start to manage again, because we didn't have any other chance to make QSOs from the island. So you have a radio station there to radio station, but no power supplies for 13.8 voltage. That was crazy, really crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and the photographs, as they always are, Emil, from DXpeditions in Africa are just amazing, aren't they? You know, I mean, your pictures captured where you were, and both the beauty and the simplicity and the poverty and everything about where you were based was utterly amazing. Um, Anyone with any questions or comments to put to Emil about the DXpedition? Yeah, Russell.
Yeah, hi, Emil. Thanks very much for the talk, and the video really summed it up for me. I spent some time not in Africa but in Asia, and so many things were very similar. Repairing things, people poking wires in places, and all the rest of it. But just a very simple question: your EME
Yeah.
stuff, was that 2 meters, 70 sems, or what band was it? And did you use CW or one of the digital modes on there?
I use on all the expedition 2 meters. The
Two.
antenna you see that was on the pictures was 2 meters.
Yep.
It's a cross antenna with 10.5 meter boom. This
Cool.
is that using, they have 15 decibel gain, and this
Yep.
is the minimum that you can be successful in expeditions. It's not just only to work
Yeah, I can
500
imagine.
expeditions
Yep.
like HP9Q or so, that you have to work also double antennas or something like this. And that was a good. Using also 1 kilowatt power amplifier, but most of the time, because it's the generators there, and I'm most of
Yep.
the time using so around 700 watts, so that everything is clean and everything is fine. I'm using JT65B. This is for digital mode, only for most of that we are using on 2 meters as a mode, because CW to work, it's not possible. So perhaps one QSO which ain't HB9Q or something like this. But
Yeah. Yeah.
the last year, after the digital mods come up, then you're using JT65. So JT65B, especially on 2 meters band,
Cool. Thank you
and
very
it's
much.
it's working really nice. So one thing that I forgot to say, as we was on the island, we visit the hospital there. That was a hospital from that was this building, nice big building. That was one a sister there. But it was so crazy. We visit inside. It was 4 rooms. The first room was empty. This empty room had just only a refrigerator. One single refrigerator with some stuff against malaria and so on. The second one was for a pregnant woman's. That was a table, no? This with chair
Hmm.
for women's, nothing others. And the third was also empty. It was just only one bed to sit and to wait. It's everything there. You cannot imagine how, and this is a hospital. So that was, the name is a hospital. But so is the life. Many people dying from malaria and so on. It's not easy. So that was in all directions, in all countries, in the last years, in all my years. That was in Africa or other locations, of course. It was the same. So we should be really happy that we are living in countries like we are living here. So other questions?
Yeah, thank you, Russell. Anyone else with a question or comment to put to Emil about Sierra Leone? Did anyone manage contact? Yeah, go on, Adriana.
I have. It was a wonderful presentation. Was quite good. I have a question, not concerning the radio, but the conditions there on the island. What about animals like spiders and snakes and so on?
You have everything.
Yeah.
You have everything. You have everything. That's also one of the main reason that I have a special clothes. So all other guys also from my group or for the group, so the locals just going with t-shirts and short things, but I never done it as I have every time I have really boots. I have really boots. Then I move with the same boots I'm going now in the winter time here, you know? And so I have also pants that are with G1000. This is a special stuff. This special stuff was very hard, and it's against the mosquitoes, but also protect everything, the skin. And the same stuff I have also t-shirts and so on. So the all night when I was on the island, but also in the mainland, I'm using just so like a t-shirt, but here, so on the other stuff, and put my headphones and put under the headphones and all over, so that I can that nothing reach me. So because we had some situation like I saw snakes, I saw everything, but one of our guys, there was I don't know, there was a small thing that there was flying, and they touched him, just small touch. It was just small touch, that, and after that, so 2 days after, it was a really painful thing here on the arm, and one of our friends, Vlad, took now 1 month before now. So there is from November until now, we have November, December, January, end of January, 3 months after. He was on the way to Bouvet, and he was in Cape Town, and they received suddenly ill, and he was in the hospital, and they saw that they have a special kind of malaria, and they took this malaria on this DXpedition. And that we had. So I have so really say fear. Of course, like every time we talk about it, we talk Malagone before the expedition and after that, and so everything stuff. But I have fear from something like this, because you never know what's happened. Also, some trees or grass when you go over what's happened, and then the night I'm looking for, when I go to the toilet or somewhere, I'm looking exactly where I'm going. So it's all the night you hear. It's just everything is alive. It's from different kind of sounds and noises that that's some so many different kind of animals, and you cannot see so much mosquitoes like in Europe, like in summer here, but 99% from mosquitoes, they are just malaria. So it's 100% sure that you can take it if you're not be able. So I was so sweat inside. That was so hot. I really, that was really painful. So of course, when I'm sitting, that was so crazy. When I saw it was here in between my legs, and also, so I sit and it was so sweat and hot. It was painful all the time because I'm sitting all the time. Sit, make CW, then stay up, go to AMA, and every 10 minutes go up, go outside. You are in the darkness, put the antenna up, down with the small lamps, and then go back to the station. In this corridor was good because the corridor had the two doors. So the door to the inside of our room, and the second door to the outside. And so I had really, this corridor was nice. That was a little bit closer from something like this. So it's challenge. So
Yes. Seems to be very challenging.
yeah, it's challenging. Yeah, was.
And another question, you have taken quite big antennas there, especially for EME.
Yeah.
What do the people who live there say to when you build up such big antennas?
The locals, you mean?
Locals, yeah.
Yeah, it's just fun because most of the people never see something like before, and then that what I love in Africa is every time when I'm looking for help, I find every time, because on many situation was that I cannot manage by myself. I just need to help somebody to take with me the antenna and say, okay, just come. We put the antenna into the mast, and just help me please to put the antenna up, and can you organize a cable or so, because you are in nothing there. You are in the wilderness. You don't know where you can take something like this, and you ask people, they say no problem. And you wait. After 1-2 hours, you find someone. Hey, do you know the guy? Yeah, there he's there. You go there, say, what happened? You told me cable. Yeah. Cable. Yeah, cable. And after 1, 2, 3 hours, you will receive the cable. That's really, the people are very helpful, but you must stay there, stay tuned, stay standing on that project, and you want to reach something. And the people are very helpful, and that's the main point for successful expedition. Because when we come to the lodge, all other guys build in small groups for the antennas, and everybody know, okay, I will take this 2 antennas and go there and build them. But my AMA antenna, I must build everything by myself. And they are no free people that they say, okay, I come with you and build them. So I must find someone from the local guys to say, can you help me? Can you help me here and there? Also about the rooms, I saw our room out there, say, oh, there is no possible to make cure AMA from there. And this new room was busy. So I talked with the manager 2 times. The manager spoke with the big manager. Then I had to wait 3 hours until these guys, that they had this room. They leave for luck the same day that we come. They leave the room. Then I had to wait 2 hours until the local woman cleaned the room, make everything fine. I found Axel, say, Axel, now we have a new room. Take all stuff, put it in the new room. In this corridor, what you say, the chair and the small table, I just walking around into this big house and say, there is some table. I took the table without to ask someone. Then I found this chair to sit there. Everything I was organized by myself. And all this small stuff, a big challenge to find a chair. That was a happiness because the hotel is really modern. Big hotel, and they had a special room for meetings. So from time to time, from Freetown come groups and make some meetings or business meetings. And I found in one of the corner some chairs and this stuff, and said, okay, I will take it. Just put it down and make everything for me. So arrange everything for me, and it's really challenge everything.
Yeah.
But that's the most of the fun that I have, to be there and say, okay, how I can manage. And there is the interesting case is that you have the situation between nothing and everything. So nothing, it means all people know the Emil will go there, AMA, for example, AMA. The expedition have AMA, and all AMA guys are really crazy, nice guys. They're looking for, because it's just the ever first activation of this country in AMA. Nobody done it before. And nobody, or many people are sure that in the next 10, 50, 20 years, nobody will take AMA and go there. Most of the people will do shortwave, but not AMA. And are really, they take holidays for this day when I'm there. They put the antennas, new antennas, and they wait of me. And when I'm there, it could happen that there is no opportunities to put the antenna because building, because trees, because shortwaves, because too far from antenna to mine shack, there is no shack or something like this. And I tried to manage something. I found the first day 3 places before I start with the hotel. And everybody of these 3 places, after research of 1 hour and 2 hours with the back down and up and down, I say, no, there is no good places. It's not working. Okay, take all these stuffs, put somewhere else until I say, okay, here, opposite of this room, new room, 15 meters cable from the shack until to the AMA antenna. I have 50 parts to go down, and so okay, AMA, I will see the moon, for example. After the moon will be 20 degrees, but after that I can see the moon until go down. So this is also important, no? Because the moon sometimes is this building behind of my antenna, so I must wait until I see the moon. And all that stuff must be so managed, put here the antenna or there, so that I have the really the chance to reach more people and to be as long as possible on the air.
Yeah, I think it's always a challenge to do something like this, and I don't know if people who don't watch the videos also can imagine how many efforts it has to accept to do so.
Yeah.
So it was quite amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, that's it's just my main idea is not just to show how hard it is or so. I just want to show what it is really in the reality. So
Yeah.
everything that's this way until to start to work is the longest way. When you put everything, antenna and so on, you have these permissions and so on, traveling. As we drove back, we drove all the night back from our lodge to the airport because it was too late that we can take the shortway with the fare. So we had to try 250 kilometers because it was just one way from this small. That was normally is about 50 kilometers now with the fare. But there is just one way. You drive inside of the country, and it's really dangerous. It's a dangerous country. So I will sleep all night in the bus. But Daniel, after we reached the airport, they told me they have 5 or 7 posts. So control posts. That mean the people there sit with Kalashnikov. And we had forth and back on both waves, also people with us, military guy, also with guns and so. And especially in this country, what I saw for first time, was special for the country, that the people crying really hard. They don't, they cannot speak normal. If they have a problem, you have the feeling that in the next moment, some of these bad guys will take the gun and will shoot. This is really, so what the fuck? Wow. So really, we sit there and say, hopefully everything will be fine. And I 15 minutes and okay, everything comes down and we drive ahead. We drive ahead. And that's also a challenging thing. No? You cannot plan everything. It's just challenging. Interesting.
Yeah.
Question: what plans have you got for the future? Which is the
But we don't know. That's it's too early now. No, normally the MDXC will write like every year, so around about April, May, depend of the destination where we are going. And as soon as I know, I will post it on the social media and so on. Everybody will know where I'm going. With MDXC, the big one. But for me, some IOTA, I want to do like last year. We will see if will happen Croatia. So there is some islands will be never activated before. So some crazy things, some SOTAs, and so we will see.
Okay.
Lovely, thank you. Anyone else for any comments or questions to Emil? If not, Emil, can I just say to you, we sit at home, and I was pleased I got 3 CW contacts in with 9L8MD, but I didn't manage to break the big pile up on Banana Island, sadly. I tried several times and failed. But we sit here and we're listening to these, hundreds or thousands of stations trying to make QSOs with you, and here you are working through these pile-ups very, very fast, particularly on CW. And you're not, obviously, I'm sitting here in, nice comfortable shack in nice comfortable house and so on. You have no idea of the conditions in which you and the others are operating while you're out there, and how challenging it is. So it's really good to get your kind of perspective on that, and to kind of bring those two bits of life together. Really, it's very, very interesting. Well, can we show our appreciation to Emil again? So thank you, Emil. That was really good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. I will make also a presentation on 10 March. No? That's interesting. I will post it, but if someone have interest, I exploring in CW. I don't know if you heard about this mode 2 BSEQ mode. So in CW, that you can work in parallel on 2 bands simultaneously. This is the most challenging kind of CW contacts. And RDXCA, they invited me to make an online presentation. If you have someone of your interest, so be free to catch.
Emil, send me just a little note, and
I will send you, and you can share it. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's something challenging also, and that's interesting. I think will be interesting.
Well, thank you very much. It was really interesting. And when you were giving the tale of the blowing up the power supplies, when you were asking for more power, I had it in my head before you said. But what they were doing was pushing the voltage up, and suddenly your power supplies didn't like having 450 volts put inside them. Yeah, that was inevitable, wasn't it? But no, that was a lovely story, and thank you for sharing that with us. It was really good.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, welcome.
Okay, and thank you to our listeners on YouTube. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. We've had a few people have popped in and popped out, and one of them was Lawrence G0DLO from Birmingham, who said he was really enjoying it, but he couldn't stay right till the end, and he's going to catch up on the video channel tomorrow. So when you're watching this, Lawrence, I think you'll enjoy the rest of the story as well. And we've had some others as well join us on YouTube as the evening's gone on. So thank you, and hope you've enjoyed it, and hope our viewers on the YouTube channel enjoy the videos afterwards. So we just say good night to people on YouTube. And on our recording, I'm going to turn the recording off in a second. Again, thank you to Pennine Ham friends, members, people who come across us, carry on supporting what we're doing. We're getting more and more viewers on our YouTube channel. We've been running some of our special event stations live on YouTube. I've done it on both CW and Sideband, which is quite good fun. And I've managed to conquer the getting the right amount of audio in from the radio into the computer to stream it live on YouTube. That's been quite an interesting learning experience. So thank you to those of you that have enjoyed watching the film.